Welcome to the Market Like a Queen video podcast. Today, our special guest is Jamie Fleming-Dixon. She's out of the South Carolina area, and she is also someone who I've known for several years. I'm so honored to know you, Jamie, and so glad that you were able to join me today. I think that you were one of the first people that I met online. Actually, I met you online way before we actually became friends, and you're one of the first people that I met online that I met in person, and that is pretty cool, and also, I do consider you a real friend, and I really appreciate you. So thank you for agreeing to this interview today, and I really am excited to let everybody know about SheRunsIt.net and all the things that you're doing over there on that wonderful platform. You do such a great job of inspiring us and of letting folks know about other women leaders who are out there doing some great things. So thank you for all you do to help us. I appreciate you. How are you today?
I'm good, doing good. A little cold for my daughter, but I'm good.
Yeah, that happens. That happens. Yeah. Well, how is she with her little cute self?
She's good. She's with my parents for a few hours today, but she's good too.
Awesome. Yeah, gotta have that mommy time. Gotta have time to do the things God is calling you to do too. So that's good. Well, I am just excited about you specifically. I've seen so much growth in you over the years. I know that you're a leader. I know that you're a person who takes your responsibility as a leader seriously. From our conversations and from watching you over these years, I can see your growth. I can see how you value knowledge and understanding and wisdom, and how you value your personal growth. And it's just really awesome to watch your transformation over these years. And I just say, kudos to you. A lot of people don't bother. They just go through life and try to survive. And so I just really, I'm really glad to know you. I'm not kidding. I'm not just saying it just because we're doing this podcast. I really am honored to know you. You're just a blessing.
I feel the same way about you too.
Oh, thank
Definitely.
you. Thank you. So let me see. Before we get started with the interview portion of this, I just want to make sure you have an opportunity to share with the audience about what you've got going on over at She Runs It, and if you have any upcoming events or any offers that you'd like to let everybody know about. Go ahead.
Well, I recently came out with a workbook called Create Your Most Fab Life. That was in April, I believe. I launched it. That's available on the site. I'm also working on something new called Black Girls Got the Call. Working on being a certified meditation teacher. So I'll be doing that. And I'm working on a book, and hopefully it'll be out this summer. And I think that's about it for now.
Okay. Well, that sounds like planning. So what's the name of that workbook again, and how can everybody get it?
So the workbook is based on my book that I published in 2012, and it shares how to find your purpose, create goals for your life and for your business, things like that, how to write affirmations and how to move past limiting beliefs. And it's on the site, or you can go to bit.do/myfablife and get more information about it there and order it there.
So that's bit.do/myfablife?
Yes.
MyFabLife? Okay. All right, great. I'm looking forward to hearing how things are going with that project and also with your upcoming book. How'd you get started on working on a new book project? And how'd you get started with becoming you said a certified meditation coach? How'd you get involved in those things?
Well, I've been meditating off and on for a few years, but, after you have a baby, things start to get crazier. So I started meditating more because I felt overwhelmed and anxious and all that kind of stuff. And I did a 30-day meditation challenge, I think it was in April, and I really enjoyed it a lot, and I liked the person I was learning from, and I figure a lot of other Black women could use that because, we have a lot going on in our lives. And so that inspired me to want to become a teacher, teach other people how to do it. And so, yeah, and other people have asked me about it online because I post pictures of, me doing yoga and also posts about meditation, and so people are interested in that. Mm-hmm. And so I figured I would start doing it.
Oh yeah. It's important to manage your stress and to make sure that, for some people, stress and anxiety isn't just, a once in a while problem. For some people, it's a very crucial, critical problem. It can destroy people's lives. It can lead people to making really bad choices that can hurt themselves or hurt other people around them. So it is crucial for people to learn how to understand, meditation. I say prayer. I consider prayer meditation, and a lot of people just really don't know how to. So that's wonderful that, you found a way to help people with that. I believe that is a real need for people too. And I know for me, I used to be a mental health counselor in a locked hospital unit. And I worked with patients who had different mental illnesses, but also drug abuse problems. And teaching them how to meditate, how to pray was one of the most important things that they learned how to do. And I'll just be honest, the people that I worked with on that ward, the patients I worked with, they had the least recidivism of all the other patients that the other counselors were working with. I know that the other counselors weren't teaching them those types of things. And the people that I worked with, the ones that wanted to learn that, I did teach them that, and they stopped coming back in and out of the hospital. And that was very fulfilling for me. So I believe it's going to be really awesome for you too to see the results from as you continue to see clients come to you for help and to see them get results. I believe you're going to be real fulfilled from seeing that. That's wonderful.
Yes, I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
A little nervous, but I'm excited.
Yeah. A lot of people are just kind of going about their days and kind of just doing whatever it takes to survive, and they're not really taking time for themselves. You talked earlier about being a mom and how you had to change things up and everything. When you first started in your business, did you have a child or did you have a child later? I know the answer to that, of course, but I want the audience to know, when you first started business, was it different than it is now? What changed and what's going on now at this point?
When I first started, I did not have a child. It was, like 4 years later, I think, something like that. And it totally changed everything because I was married, but that's different because a child is always, you have to always take care of a child. And my husband works at night, and he sleeps in the daytime, so I'm pretty much always with her. And so I had to learn how to work while also watching her, taking care of her, and trying to sleep at night and all that too. And so what I have done is I realized that I can't do all the things that I want to do during the day. Because I try to pile on, 3 or 4 tasks a day. That wasn't working, and I was super stressed and frustrated and everything. So I decided to focus on 2 work tasks per day, and then the other time clean or play with my daughter or, take care of her, stuff like that. So now I'm a lot less stressed. And I don't put a lot of pressure on myself to try to be superwoman.
Yeah.
I let my parents help me out and other people help me out when they can.
That's wonderful to hear you learning that early. I don't know if you know how many moms never learn it or learn it way late into their parenting, parenting season. So it's really, it's great and it's admirable that you took the time to learn that now and to be able to keep moving forward with your business. I know that your business, we've been talking about business things, you and I, for years now. And I know that you've always been very serious about it, very committed to your business. And you've done what you needed to do to keep learning and keep making changes to it. What's the most critical change you made that helped you to be able to go from being a single woman to being a married woman and now a married mother with your business, besides learning how to manage your stress and paring down, the number of tasks you were working on? What's one of the other most important things that you've learned to help you and give you, tools and skills to be able to keep building your business?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, business-wise, I would say building relationships really helps. Just connecting with people who, not to say that you should connect with people so they can promote you or whatever, but, so you can help them out and they can help you out with your whatever you're promoting. That helps a lot.
Yeah.
And on the non-business side, going with the flow, because things don't always go the way you want them to go. And then for me, that was hard to deal with. But becoming a mother and a wife, it just helped me realize that things will happen when they're supposed to happen. So I don't need to worry about trying to make things happen when I want them to.
It's like you can't control every little detail. Sometimes you just gotta flow with whatever outcome happens to come out.
Yes. Some nights I know I don't sleep. My baby doesn't sleep all night because I breastfeed. So I'm just going with that. Some nights she doesn't sleep well at all, but I'm just learning how to, okay, well, maybe I'll have to take a nap one day. That's all right. I'll stay up a little later or whatever. So
those naps, I'm telling you, naps make a huge difference, and a lot of times, I would feel guilty about feeling like I needed a nap, and so I wouldn't take a nap because I was guilty, but I was so tired and cranky, I couldn't get anything done anyway, and I finally gave myself permission to take naps, even though my kids are not little anymore. I don't have little kids. My kids are 13, 11, and 9. They're 13, 11, and 9, and they're not little anymore, but I'm a homeschool parent, and so they're always here with me. Like you were talking about how, your husband's untraditional schedule puts you in a situation where when your daughter's awake, you're awake too. You're always with her, she's always with you. And it's the same with me. The great thing with me now is when your kids are older, you have a babysitter built in. So my oldest girl, she can watch the younger kids for a couple of hours now, and that has freed me up a lot, and I'm really grateful for that. Oh, Lord, thank you, God. I'm so grateful that my oldest is a good girl. She's responsible. Of course, she's not perfect. No child is perfect, but she's a good girl, and she's very helpful, and she wants to help. She wants to be a blessing. She knows my children, one of the things, and this is leading into another question for you, one of the things that I had to learn, and I actually had a podcast show that I did with a woman named Stephanie Callahan back maybe about 2 years ago. And in this interview with Stephanie, she shared how she's been able to integrate her business into her life and not exclude her family from it. And one of the things she shared is that she openly, transparently shares her business goals with her family. And she even put some of the things that she's working on, she actually puts it on a big board where everybody can see it, and then they can root her on in her progress. Mm-hmm. And so this is something that really, really impacted me. Having that interview with her really blessed me, and it really helped me to look at my business in a different way. It wasn't just about having them not fight me on, doing the business things that I do. It's also about helping them, giving them an opportunity to celebrate me. And so I do that more now. And so I found that is really helpful too, to help, it doesn't just help me to have them be able to root me on. It helps them, for them to feel like, oh, she cares. She wants us to give her input about what she's doing and everything. And they really enjoy that. They enjoy being able to celebrate with me when, when I achieve different goals and everything. So how about you? What are the ways that you found to share about what you're doing in business with your husband and everything? And this is kind of a side note. I know your baby is kind of too young to really understand maybe, but are there any little tips that you've learned to get her to cooperate, for instance, like if you're on a call or something like that? So 2 questions. One is, how have you found to kind of include or kind of draw your husband in and celebrate you in with your business? And the second question was, how do you kind of keep your little one from distracting you or interrupting you when you have like a call and you really have to take the call and she's still awake?
Well, I don't do I like the idea that you just gave about including him, because really I don't do a whole lot. I mean, I kind of tell him what's going on a little bit, but I'm kind of one of those people that I like to keep my goals to myself until I actually do it. So I need to work on that, I guess. And with my daughter, actually, I have a smaller computer, like a little laptop I used to use. And so, because she always tries to get on my computer because she sees me on it. So I let her use that one and let her pretend like she's typing or writing a blog post or something like that. So
that's so cute.
That's what I do.
that. You know that, right? Share that. That is so cute. Well, I really, really enjoy just when people share about their family with their audience. They don't just pretend like, they're just this big self-made person and there's nobody else in the world that has any influence on their business. There's a lot of people online that do that. They just have this real corporate, isolated type of appearance, and you never see anything about them personally or anything. I love that you do share, about your family and things like that, and let folks know, about your transition from being a single mom to being a married, not a single mom, transition from being a single business owner to being a married business owner, and now a married business owner with a child. I love that you have shared, parts of your journey with everybody. What made it important to you to share that? Why did you decide to share that part of yourself with your audience?
Well, I think people want to connect with real people, and so I feel like you share just a little bit of your life with people, then they can see that you're actually a real person. You have family, you have other stuff going on too, and you're just you. You're a genuine person, and you're authentic. So that's why I wanted to share some things. And I still do share a lot on Instagram. I share a lot of pictures of my family on there. So.
Yeah,
Instagram. That's why.
Instagram is a powerful tool. I really enjoy using it, but I don't use it that much. I use it a little bit every once in a while when I get in the mood to take pictures. One of the things that I've had to do is kind of try to prevent myself from oversharing. So I've pulled back from social media a little bit, a lot of it over the past couple of years or so. I've pulled back on purpose because I found that, number one, my children, now that they're older, they have a voice and they're just like, are you going to take that picture and put it up on Facebook, mommy? They don't play. But the other thing is that I found that I was spending too much time on social media, and it was getting to the point where, it wasn't necessarily that I was burnt out. It's just that I recognized that I wasn't really getting return on my investment of time. I didn't want to just be doing a whole bunch of stuff, and it's not benefiting my business. Being busy and not getting results, no, that's not what I want. I want my business to actually do what it was created for, and not just to be, looking like, I'm some type of diva or something. I didn't want to just look like I was busy. I want to actually be making an impact. So, with social media, what are the main things that you found that help you kind of keep that meditative stance, and keep that stress and that anxiety level down? What are some things that you found? I know that you do a lot with social media, but as far as I can see, it doesn't look like you're like overstressed. I mean, you look so peaceful. So you don't seem to be overstressed or anything. How do you keep it all together? Are there any specific tools that help you?
I use Hootsuite to every morning I schedule my social media posts. I took a Facebook break for Lent because I found I was spending way too much time on there. So now I only check it a few times a day. I do have a little problem with Instagram with checking it, but I'm working on that. But other than that, I don't really check like that. I get on Twitter to try to connect with people. So I try to just limit the time I spend on there. So it might be a couple of times a day for maybe 10 or 15 minutes, and I try to, cut myself off after that.